Oh, shit.
Damn.
Definitely gonna have a fucking, or a flipping burr on that one. Oh, damn. Oh, that hit tip first. Tip first, right in the bottom of the knife.
Did it?
That's pretty, the tip did pretty good. Didn't damage it really. Remember, kids, when you're stacking your knives, always check them for burrs.
They want to see some underhand.
Okay.
Some underhand and some axe throwing tonight.
Underhand and what?
Axe throwing.
Axe throwing. We can do some tomahawk throwing.
Yes, tomahawk, but
I throw tomahawks because I'm an American. Yeah, I'm just screwing around right now, warming up. Those were the first throws that you see me doing for the day. We don't get home till a little after 5, and then screw around for a half hour with the dog and whatnot. So give me a second here. Get some fuel. All right, I'll do underhand half spin, and when I warm up, I'll do underhand 1 spin from the handle. Just sprayed my target so my tips are wet.
Okay.
You guys stick around for a few more minutes. I got a really big announcement. This will be especially for anybody that continues or that is tuned in each week. I appreciate you guys watching, but stick around for another 5-10 minutes and I have a big announcement.
Good to see you again, Don.
My girlfriend Alicia is also being a moderator again this week. Sorry about last week, guys. It didn't really work out the way I planned. Both of our satellite Wi-Fi's were out, which was really made me angry because we pay a lot of money each month. Oh. Those close ones I just did, I don't even have to use my regular grip. I just know I don't have to do anything. I'm just holding on to the tip like a normal half spin. From here, it's just like that. So I knew I'm close, so I can just hold it just like a rotational throw and just kind of flick it in there. There's not a whole lot you have to do because I know that I'm close. A little bit further back, you can still do the same grip, just a little bit less flick. But let me stop a second here and I'll show you guys what I'm doing a little closer up so you can understand what I'm doing here. This underhand half spin is my jam. I love it. So this is my grip right here. I hold the knife flat, just like this, similar to military grip, but the difference between what I'm doing in military grip is I'm wrapping my fingers around. This is not military grip. Military grip is this. So you can throw a sharp blade. So just holding it like this. And then an exercise you can do to get good at it is just feel that release. See what I'm doing? I'm sliding my hand off so the knife stays horizontal. It's not turning. So you get good at that little motion right there. It means you're not really manipulating the knife much. And then it's just like bowling. Real smooth, nice and easy. Perfect. It's much more accurate that way too. You know, I like to snap them in there and everything because it feels good, but if you back off, it's a lot more accurate. Try it real slow so you guys can see. I really wish we could record horizontally, because horizontal would be better from the side for knife throwing, so you guys could see what I'm doing a little easier, but
Ryan wanted to know if you could do a walk back with alternating feet.
Alternating
feet forward.
Feet?
Like alternating your feet forward.
All that does, look, I'm standing square to you. Both my feet are the same distance from me. When I put my right foot back, the way I normally throw, watch my shoulder. My shoulder goes here. So I stand feet forward or straight again, take my left foot back, my left shoulder goes back. So that's all it's doing. And you can use that to your advantage in situations where you know you're too close or too far. You can just switch your stance. But now, I don't know if I've ever done an underhand, so here's my right foot forward. That does change a little bit. Left foot, right foot. All right, now I'll go back. I think the major change will be my nose spin. My nose spin may be a little more difficult switching feet because just my normal whatever. But let me try it. Go right foot forward. Oh. All right, let me try it with no spin now. Anti-spin. Yeah, so we all know it's called no spin, but a few years back, me and a couple of my friends started calling it anti-spin. And anti-spin can apply to half spin and no spin because you're trying to retard the spin. I'll try right foot.
Make it stick, said a quarter spin.
What's up?
Make it stick, said a quarter spin.
Quarter spin is a better, is an exact, yes. But some people that are new to no spin release their knife here. And you'll see a lot of like prominent no spin throwers when they do the push throw. They're releasing about right here. So it's technically a lot of them are half spin, but we don't call it half spin because you're not holding the blade side. And they still allow it in competition, so it's just easier to kind of call all of that technique where you're throwing this way with the tip forward, no spin. So yes, quarter spin for sure. But there are a few people out there that can throw true no spin, but it still has a slight, it's more like this flight, and it's usually a lot closer. I can throw no spin from about 10 feet in, maybe 4 meters. Oh, that felt pretty good. Thank you for the suggestion on switching my feet. I don't practice that enough. But if you guys are familiar with Jason Johnson, aka Pro Knife Thrower, if you guys throw knives, I know you've heard of him. But the way, I don't know if you guys pay attention to his throwing. He's a righty like me, but he always throws right foot forward. And when I first met him years ago, I didn't really understand why he did that. And it wasn't until a few years later when I got into swords and cutting kenjutsu stuff that I realized that's how you cut with a katana, right foot forward like this. You have a lot more range of motion that way. I have thrown like him quite a bit. It just doesn't feel natural to me, so I always switch back to my normal stance. But to each his own. He's an excellent thrower, so he obviously knows what he's doing. Bad.
You probably want to make your announcement now.
Okay, how many people got watching?
You got 17, but they're dropping in and out.
All right, 17, fuck it. So the announcement is this. I am sponsored by Delta to Alpha. This is their symbol, www.deltatoalpha.com. If you go there and buy any knife, use code FullTangClan, same as the name of the channel. for a 10% discount off your purchase. But the owner of the company, his name's Ace, and he's stoked on the lives. They're doing so well. And every first Thursday of each month, he is donating $100 to me, and I can decide to give it away however I want to the viewers. So if you're interested in getting some stuff off the site for free, $100, stay tuned every Thursday. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but yeah, thank you, Ace, for donating that. That's really cool, and I'm sure everybody's going to be stoked on it. And then I'm also going to be doing some other giveaways out of my collection as well. A lot of like prototypes I have laying around that I don't really do anything with. So every first Thursday, 6 p.m. Stay tuned if you guys want to win some cool shit. Let me grab a beer real quick. Any other questions, babe?
No. Ryan commented about your walk back. He said, excellent run. The foot switch is critical for martial effectiveness.
Oh, yeah. He knows. Yeah, Ryan's knowledgeable. He does kenjutsu and stuff too, so. Auto BS. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome for the tips, man. I enjoy giving them out. Not a lot of people were willing to give up knowledge that easily when I first got into knife throwing. There was a lot of old guard that were like, keeping secrets and stuff. I have DVDs of knife throwing that I'm not allowed to show anybody. Just
history.
There's a lot of history there, and I think that they're trying to guard some of that old history. Some of the videos that I have are black and white, so they're super cool. Most of it's about old circus performers and stage performers, stuff like that. A lot of people that were they're people you've never heard of. There's a couple throwers on there that I'd never heard of. It's pretty wild. Okay, all right. So I was doing underhand half spin. Let's go back and we'll try underhand one spin. I didn't start trying this until about 2 or 3 years ago, when Ace asked me, he says, since you can do it from the blade, why can't you do it from the handle? And I was like, oh yeah, I should be able to, and I went outside and immediately it clicked. It's the exact same thing. It's just that you got to give it a little bit of a thumb flick. Takes me a minute because it's the same exact thing as half spin, just double the motion. And it's especially difficult inside of 3 meters. Half spin's not that bad. That's half spin. But watch my arm for the one spin. I gotta pull back. See, I'm under rotating, so I need to snap even more. There. Yeah, up close is pretty ridiculous. But the further you go back, underhand one spin is nice. And there's another thing we all used to call half spin and stuff back in the day is slow spin, right? Because you're just slowing down the rotation or retarding the rotation, whatever you want to call it, to make it stick. That was over. I need to follow through more. Perfect. 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 Oh yeah. Dude, it's pretty satisfying. And all those throws were about 7 meters. And also, depending on what you're used to, I think a larger knife could be easier to control. for doing that. I guess we can go ahead and give it a try. You know, these are 8.5 inches. Here's a 14-inch knife. So very different weight and everything, but yeah, felt good. Let's do some more underhand one. Oh my God. Ah. Oh. That one sucked.
A gentleman wants to know what's the biggest knife you have?
Knife? The biggest knife I have is, it's either the XL Espada, I don't have it out here with me, or the Crusader Bowie, and I'll give you, I actually have it out here for once, so it's right here, I'll show it to you real quick. When COVID started, I went out to hang with Jason Johnson at his place in Nebraska, and we made matching a pair of these. This is called the Crusader Bowie. It's $10.95. I believe it's 18 inches. It's almost 20 inches long. It's probably closer to 18. I was measuring the sheath, but check this out, guys. This is pretty incredible. Jason starred in a movie a couple years ago called Corsicana, and he carried this knife with him in the movie. It's got a lot of I've got machinist spray on there, so it can't rust, but oh, these lights are blinding me, man. This thing is incredible. The slope on it, it gets so thin. I mean, it's so sharp, dude. This is the sharpest thing I own. Yeah, it's crazy. The balance on it is excellent. The fuller makes it much lighter than you think. It's still, it's actually, I think it's 7 millimeters thick, if I remember right. It's got a crown on the spine. Just feels incredible. If you come to Dangerfest, I'll let you cut some bottles with it if you're careful. But this is one of my most prized possessions, man. This thing is wicked, and I'm very lucky to have Jason as a friend when he, you know, he's given me a lot of cool shit over the years. Let me try a few more of those one spins. That wasn't really.
You did get a comment that said the sharpest thing you own is your intellect, brother.
Well, I doubt that. Ah! So, damn. There we go. The one thing that is a problem with underhand is if you hold on to it a split second too long, it'll go high. And I always keep a target high like that, especially at my old range, because I had an alley right behind my range, and there was a house behind that too. And yeah, I just had to be real careful because there was traffic all the time. Pedestrian traffic mostly. All right. So, one guy wanted me to throw axes, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me step behind the curtain here. I need to buy more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I have possibly have a job coming up soon, a teaching job, so I'm gonna need to grab several of these, especially before the price goes up again. but I'll be throwing the Cold Steel Norse Hawk. These are the absolute best if you're going to buy any kind of two-piece hawk. If you're looking to get into the sport, this is what you want. This is a major advantage, having that tip that sweeps up for your half spins, so you can stick the target like this. If you buy like a Pioneer hawk or any kind of traditional hawk where it's just flat across the top like this, you're at a major disadvantage. You need something like this. But let's do some two spins at 6 meters, 6.5 meters. Oh. I do not practice with tomahawks as much as I should. I've never really taken it seriously like I have with knife throwing. I always compete in the hawk division, and I do pretty well for not practicing. I've won a couple times. Tomahawks are much easier to stick, in my opinion. You just need to know your distance. Of course, this is rotational throwing, so your distance is really, really needed. You just need to know. Now, I didn't look down at my feet there to know exactly where I was, but I just know how to step back and get in a general area. Knives, you really need to have your distance down to within an inch or two. You really need to do that. Because a perfect stick with a knife is perpendicular, right? Too close, too far, but you have that range of motion. You can stick from here to here, right? And still get a decent stick. With a tomahawk, you can stick a tomahawk underspun up to here, then all the way to here. So that's, you know, I believe that's 180, almost 180 degrees that you can mess up. Also, if I was ever to pick anything to throw at someone in combat, 100% tomahawk, 100%.
So, Mr. Don would like to know, do you like underhand with the tomahawk?
Do I like it? Yeah. Am I good at it? But you're lucky. I practiced it for about 2 hours in a row last weekend. So let's see if some of that practice, if I retain some of that muscle memory, all right? And what I'm about to do is instinctive. I just haven't practiced it a whole lot yet to be that good at it. I do want to practice more with hawks this year. Throwing season it's about to break through. It depends on where you live, but underhand one spin. Almost. I have a few friends that are pretty good at doing it overhand, and I can cheat. I can cheat and throw overhand from back here by putting my thumb on the spine and holding it high. That slows down rotation. Let's see if I can do it from here. One rotation. Okay, I over-rotated. I'm going to hold it in the same spot. I'm just going to think about sliding my whole thumb off of it more. Still over-rotated a little bit too much. Now, like I said, I have a couple friends that were practicing it quite a bit. My buddy Marcus Method got pretty good at doing one spin from almost any distance. And overhand, I just haven't really figured that out, because when I throw instinctive, I like to keep my hand in one spot. I like to figure it out by my release and my grip. So this works. I just consider it cheating a little bit. Over. Oh, see, that about exceeds my limit with that grip. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit more, hold my hand higher. It just seems ridiculous holding my hand this high. It should work though. Oh my God. Okay, that last one was pretty good. I just feel like I lose a little bit of power that way.
Hey, babe. You have a very big fan from the Philippines, and it's her birthday today, and her brother's asking if you'll give her
Really?
a shout out. Yeah. It's under Joey Gigi. Towards the bottom.
Thank you, Don. Where's at the bottom?
Yeah.
Joey Gigi. Hey, my sister's a big fan from the Philippines. Could she get a happy birthday shout out? Her name is, ooh, man, how do you pronounce that? Miniega? Miniega? Oh, I can't pronounce that, dude. But happy birthday. I hope it's a good one. I appreciate the comment and you being a fan. Would I rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh.
One horse-sized duck.
They want to know if you can do half spin with if you do half spins with a tomahawk.
Half spins with the tomahawk. All right, let me try a few more of these underhands. Then I'll remind me of that question because that's a
I just didn't want to
difficult one to explain.
I didn't want to forget to put that one in there.
Ah! Those felt like they should have stuck.
Someone wants to know, is a top spike cheating?
Is a what?
A top spike cheating.
A spike.
It says a top spike.
On a tomahawk?
Yeah, that was why you were throwing after your.
It's only cheating if you're competing. If you're throwing it for a survival situation, then that's just a better situation to have. A double-sided, double-bitted axe or tomahawk would be the best, but we only consider it cheating, if you're competing. So if you're just throwing it home, it doesn't matter. Okay, so half spin. So technically there are half spins, but there's not. So a half spin with a knife, we always call it when you're holding it by the blade, right? 1 spin, 2 spin, 3 spin, half spin, 1.5, 2.5, right? Well, there is no grip that's practical that you're going to take the tomahawk and grab it by the blade, right? You just would never do that. So, and we don't have half spin. There's no half spin in competition. They start off tomahawks 1 rotation, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 for pro. So a half rotation, you hold it backwards. Here, let me show you real quick. And if you haven't seen this, it might blow your mind. If you have seen it, it's no big deal. But 1 rotation, just like this, right? So, a half rotation, you just turn the tomahawk around, and instead of sticking like this, it sticks like this. So I throw it like this. I'm about 4.5, 4 3/4 meters. See, it sticks up like that. And that's why this tomahawk is so much more an advantage because of that right there, which is what I just did. Here, I'll show you guys a little close up. I'm not sure if it translates through that angle. So as you can see, they're just pointing up. That's all it is. And same for 2.5, etc. So now that you know how they're sticking and how I'm holding them, you'll kind of see why it's ridiculous and why we don't have half spins. Half spin Tomahawk would be from inside the 3-meter line. As long as you're behind the 2-meter for whatever, you can throw anywhere behind it. But this is how close I would be. I can almost reach out and touch the target. I'm 6'3", so this is what a half spin would be like. You're just so close. Another reason why I think they don't do that is just for safety reasons. Throwing knives are not sharp. They don't allow sharp knives in competition, but they do allow sharp tomahawks and axes. Why? You don't ever hold that end. And the other reason is tomahawks don't really bounce like knives do. It takes a lot to really screw up a tomahawk throw for ricochets badly. Yeah.
People don't know you very well yet. Viceroy said, throw it in the air and try and catch it. Don't know you very well yet.
How about that?
And then a gentleman, Brian, said, please explain your grip for underhand and any suggestions for different distances.
Knife for tomahawk. I need to know that. Because I kind of explained my underhand half spin with blades. So the hawk, it's the same thing. I throw just like this. And by the way, there's different grips. You know, this is a regular handshake grip. This is thumb on the spine grip. That helps slow round rotation if you need it. You can also choke up. My regular grip is just like this. It's exactly how I hold a knife. Nice relaxed grip. And then underhand, it's just the same thing. I'm just releasing, just like this. And remember, what I'm saying may not work for you. I suggest get out there and just experiment with stuff at home. There is no one size fits all for throwing.
Someone wants you, can you throw it directly in the middle for them?
In the middle of the 4 targets?
I'm assuming, like right in the middle. Probably
Yeah.
like right smack dab in the middle.
Does that work? Oh.
And then Brian's comment just came through, and he would like the knife, but.
The knife grip?
Yes, but hold on before you do that. Someone wants to see you throw 2 at the same time.
2 tomahawks?
Yes.
All right. We're back here pretty far. I'll scoot up a little bit. I haven't thrown 2 tomahawks with the same hand in a while. Double armed, I'm not too bad, but.
It doesn't necessarily say 2 in the same hand.
Well,
it just says.
We'll try it anyway.
Okay.
So it gets difficult because you can't get the same grip with stuff, but. Not that difficult. Now let's try 1 in each hand, ambidextrous. But this is where, I don't know if you guys were watching earlier, but this is where changing your stance comes into play. Right foot forward, right shoulder forward. Left foot forward, left shoulder forward. So I know that I'm strong hand, right hand. So I need to compensate a little bit for my left hand. So I'm going to change my stance. I usually stand left foot forward like this. Now I'm going to stand like this because I know that I can flick with my right hand, and I'm just going to throw like a girl with my left hand. Wait, yeah, sorry. It's just easier to manipulate the hawk with my right hand. Let's try that again. try underhand. Now this one's going to be interesting because I don't even know if I've ever done it with my left hand underhand. Oh, not even close. Okay. They both severely under rotated. So now that I know that, I just got to flick it a little bit more. Oh, my left hand stuck. Oh, not even close.
Sketch TM wants to know when the apocalypse arrives, can everybody sleep over at our house?
I couldn't hear you.
Guy wants to know when apocalypse arrives, can we all sleep over at your house?
No. Not sure what's going to happen yet, buddy.
Ziggy wants to know if you can do the Pac-Man.
Yeah. Backhand is not my strong suit, but yeah.
The Pac-Man.
Huh?
Pac-Man. P-A-C-M-A-N.
That's who said it? Oh, yeah.
That's what he's asking.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I got it. I think we used to call it the scissor throw, is what we called it, but oh, this one might take me a minute. Never mind, first try. Bad sticks, but
they want to know if you can throw left-handed.
I'm throwing left-handed right now.
I meant, you probably want to know knives too, is my guess.
Well, fun fact, I'm actually left-handed. I'm strong with my right. So, yeah, it's just a little more difficult when I throw with a girl.
These were cold steel hawks, right, babe?
Yeah, these are cold steel Norse hawks. If you're going to buy Tomahawks to get into the sport, you have to buy these. You don't have to, you're just a major disadvantage if you don't. A lot of people that compete, they have customized these.
He's not a robot.
Yeah, I would say 90%, if everybody that you see at a competition that throws Tomahawks throws some sort of version of this. We've been keeping cold steel Tomahawks in business for long time.
They said do it with your eyes closed.
That's all right. I don't know how to prove to you. My vision is terrible, so I guess I can just take my glasses off. Hold on. I'm gonna put my hand like this, right? Yeah.
Nice. They want to know if you are scared of a backfire.
A what?
A backfire, like I'm assuming.
A ricochet?
Yeah.
I'm not too scared of ricochets anymore because this target is very safe. You see that there's a lot of surface area. I've butted those targets up to each other for a reason. It's really difficult for me to get bad ricochets unless you hit the outer edge of the target. Now, no spin is another thing. No spin, the knives are turning sideways in the air a lot, especially if you're not good with your technique yet. That's when you can get some crazy ricochets too. But the bigger the target, the safer it is. And I've been doing this a very long time, so I know, depending on what I'm doing, the threat level. There are some things that I have zero worry about. You know, I throw knives around my girlfriend, and I throw knives around my friends and stuff, and you know, I just know that I'm not going to hit them. I've practiced hours and hours and hours. So, you know, when people freak out about my dog being in the videos, like I'm not trying to hit my dog, I'm not trying to hurt my dog, but there are just some things that I'm just very, very confident with. And I try to spend as much time with my dog as I can, so I'm always out here, so she's got to be with me, you know.
Okay. Babe,
Feel bad leaving her locked up all day while we're at work.
I think you have a new one. Dr. Doom Poon wants to know about beginner knives. What type of beginner knives and models would you start with?
Okay, good. That's a good question. I'm just going to give you the generic answer, but I have a little bit more info now. If you're talking about rotation, which is conventional rotation, all these distances is a different half rotation, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. So if you're talking about that, there's always 3 models that I always recommend. The Cold Steel Sureflight Pro, the 14-inch one. There's 12-inch and a 14-inch. I suggest the larger one. It's easier to control rotation. Number 2, the Boker Zeal 2, designed by John Bailey. Sorry. Jim is his twin brother. John Bailey. Boker Zeal 2. They come in a set of 3 with a nice leather sheath. Those are excellent knives. They're very, very similar to a Griffin. The Griffin is the best all-around knife of all time, in my opinion, but these are custom. They're a little bit more expensive. I believe you can get a Cold Steel Sureflight Pro for under $20, so $60 for a set of 3. The Boker Zeal 2s, I believe you can get those for $70 for a set of 3, which is excellent. And the other ones I recommend, not as much, but the Condor Dismissal. Condor Dismissal is also a pretty good knife. I don't see a whole lot of people throwing them anymore, but those 3 are excellent. Then also, I have some videos on this too in my channel if you guys want to check them out, but I have recommendations on what to and what not to buy on Amazon. Knife throwing is getting much, much bigger now, so the people in China have really figured out that they can make a lot of money off of shitty throwing knives. So Amazon's got a lot of bad ones, but now they have a lot of good ones. And when I first got into the sport heavy about 11 years ago, they did not have the selection that they have now. So the stuff on Amazon, the best stuff to get is the JXE, JXO, I believe it's called Zhizhou, whatever, it's a Chinese company. The other one's called Throw Club. Those are excellent. Those are the only 2 I can think about right now. There's another company called TE Dojo, Tactical Edge Dojo. They sent me a bunch of knives. They're very, very affordable as well. TEDojo.com. I've been super, super impressed, not just with the design and quality of these knives, but they really go out of their way to make just really nice packaging and everything, right? I mean, it's just a little bit of extra. But those are the main knives that I would highly suggest for a beginner. Now, there are knives that I would strongly recommend that you don't buy, and I actually have a few of them, and I'm going to be making a video on those very soon. Stuff you should avoid. But yeah, just stay tuned for that one. Anything else?
No.
What time is it?
You got, it's 6:48.
Say that again.
6:48.
Okay. We got about 12 minutes left. Try to keep these limited to about an hour. And everybody watching right now, we got a lot more people watching. Starting every month, starting next month, every Thursday at 6 p.m., that's the time I always go live, we're going to be giving away $100 to the delta2alpha.com website. And there's over 140 different knife throwing designs on there, whether it's shuriken, knives, axes, whatever. Again, a huge thank you to Ace of Delta to Alpha for allowing us to give that away every month. I think that's really, really cool. We're trying to get more people involved in the sport, and that gives you access to custom knives too, like the good shit. The best stuff is designed by knife throwers. Of course, you can make a generic throwing knife, and it's fine. A lot of the stuff that Cold Steel sells is fine, but almost none of it was designed by a thrower. Now, there are the Jack Dagger thrower, and that's a pretty good knife too. I just think it's a bit big and heavy for a lot of people. There's also the LaFontaine thrower, which I do not like. I'll be making a video on that soon. But Yeah, there's a lot of good options out there now, man.
So David Murphy would like to know what's the distance for knives versus tomahawks from the target in rotations?
Okay, I'll just go ahead and demonstrate that for you. I don't have a whole lot of room to show all the distances for tomahawks because tomahawks rotate differently. And actually tomahawks go back to 9 meters for a 3-spin throw. The furthest throw for professional knife is 7 meters. That's about 23 feet. So I'm gonna go through and demonstrate half spin back to 3 spin with knife. And then I'll demonstrate 1 spin back to 2.5. I can't make the 3, I got a tarp up here with the tomahawk. So you can kind of see the difference. And this will also be the distances that we use for Dangerfest every year. If you guys are interested in coming to Dangerfest, it's September 20th through the 22nd in Pierceton, Indiana. All the details are on Dangerfest 2024. You can search it on Facebook. All the details are there. I'll be posting videos and stuff there, but I'm just going to show you some stuff here. So amateur distance, they have a half spin. Pro, we skip that distance. I'll just be showing you the pro distances right now. But here's 1 rotation, 1.5 rotations, 2 rotations. And as you can see, I'm looking down because I really need to know exactly where I'm at. That's what each one of these black pieces of tape represents, is a different meter. Yeah, I did 2 spins, so we're gonna go back to the blade again. I'm gonna throw 2.5. And the furthest distance we do is 3 rotations. Up. So the difference with tomahawk is, if you were watching earlier, I explained there is no half spin, but there is a 1.5 and a 2.5 rotation. So this is what the tomahawk looks like. And of course we throw three knives and 3 tomahawks. This is just my messing around range. The professional range is right there. Those 3, 1, 2, 3 is the setup. That one on top there was for something else, but you throw 1 knife per target and 1 hawk per target. Let's do the tomahawks then. Starting off at 3 meters, but since my knife I throw here, tomahawks spin differently, so I throw here. 1 rotation, 1.5. And then I jump back to 6 meter. The minimum distance for the 2 spin is 5 meters. I just choose to throw where I throw. I could force myself to learn how to snap better, and maybe I should, so I can get closer. The closer you are, the easier it is. But I just like to throw naturally, because I could be all the way up here for 2 rotations. But it's difficult for me to get the natural rotation, so I just step back here to 6.5 meters, and I don't have to do anything. I'm just throwing the tomahawk, and it makes the rotation. So the second furthest distance is 7 meters. It's 2.5 rotations. So I just turn it around backwards. Stand here at about 7.5. I could be at 7. I just choose to throw where I throw from. There you go. Hope that helps. I will be making more detailed videos explaining more of the rules. We follow IKTHOF rules at Dangerfest. International Knife Throwers Hall of Fame. It's the World Championship that happens in Canada. So whatever they do, we do to keep it easy and simple for Dangerfest, so everybody already knows the rules and whatnot.
All right, we are down to 5 minutes, Beb.
What's that? 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes, guys. Let's try a trick shot, huh? Everybody likes trick shots. I think 2 weeks ago I got it first throw. So I doubt we can replicate that, but we can try. We can definitely try. You guys want to see a trick shot with a knife, tomahawk, bow shuriken, bayonet? You let me know and I'll try to get it done.
I want to know your favorite technique, but I don't know if it's knife or hawk. So, knife. Someone wants
My
knife.
favorite technique is underhand half spin.
Yeah.
It's the easiest. It's the one I had to work at the least. It just feels natural, especially further back. It's just like bowling. Get that nice smooth release. It's just really, really satisfying. It will not hurt your elbow, your shoulder. So when I'm throwing hard half spin or no spin overhand and I hurt myself, I can always switch back to underhand. It never, ever injures you. And then I've learned to snap myself nice and loose, and at the end, tense up, and you can get a lot of power that way. And it's also very sneaky. I could be holding a knife behind my leg right here. You wouldn't even know. Whack. It's a sneaky move. So we got any suggestions for what I should throw for the trick shot?
Actually, about all of them. But somebody did want to know what you could do with a bayonet. But they did pick every option you gave.
All right, we're gonna do some bayonet stuff because they are fun, dude.
Yeah.
I need to fix my World War I German bayonet. That's one of my favorite ones to throw, but the handles come loose. Someone modified it for me and wrapped a paracord on it and dipped it in epoxy, and I kind of busted it. But I'm gonna be using my Chinese SKS bayonet, and they are a force to be reckoned with, man. Let me find them real quick. I think I put them back over here. Oh, come on. Oh, there's one. Well, I guess I only have the one at the moment. Let me look. Yeah, I can only find one at the moment, but what can I do with the bayonet? I can do everything with a bayonet that I can a knife. This is what they look like. These things are devastating. They're not sharp. They're meant for puncturing. It's got the like a tri-flute, fuller on there, and these things are excellent. They stick very, very deep. The guy that gave these to me, he actually gave them to me with a pool ball. He had epoxied a pool ball on the end, and man, were they fun. But pool balls do not like concrete. You can smack a pool ball on concrete and it does no damage, but once you drill a hole through it, it really makes it fragile. So we only got a few minutes left. We'll go over a little bit, but let's try underhand, half spin, pin in the can. One more. Okay. Oh, too high. The timing was off. Now, if you do buy one of these and you start throwing it at home, just be aware, ricochets are pretty bad with these. They can be. They stick really, really deep. I think it's because of lack of resistance, because of the tri-fuller that's on them. I'm not sure, because it's not even sharp. Oh, standing back here at about 4 meters as well, if anybody wants to know. Oh. Just under it. I don't mind those so much when I miss them and the can lands on top. I'm not far off. I honestly thought that one was going to be it. Felt good, but it was terrible. Damn. The ones I'm missing are just to the right.
Danielle Nash just said $50 is on the line if you hit it in the next 9 tries.
9?
9.
Ah! Shouldn't take me. We'll see. It depends, man. Some days you got it, some days you don't.
She said 7 more.
Okay. I'm throwing my shit now. That was a good one. Oh, we got 5 more?
That you'll have 4 more after that one you just did. Yep.
Oh!
You don't have your pin in it, do you?
Damn. I don't think it's gonna happen, dude. I'm usually a lot better with this thing, too. I keep using too much wrist, and it keeps going past it. Let you down, man. What?
Another person put $20 in the next 10, and somebody just put $500 if you can do it in the next 2.
Oh, come on.
While you're concentrating so hard.
This is this might be the longest this has taken me for this distance.
Well, while you're concentrating so hard, somebody wanted to know how accurate is the knife throw in Starship Troopers when the soldiers are in training?
Very accurate. Very. I actually have a plan to recreate that. The problem with, there are a lot of really, really bad dive throwing scenes in movies, and there's also very good ones. That one is plausible. I wouldn't say it's good, it's plausible. But the problem with actors throwing in movies is they just over exaggerate and they just look stupid. Like, especially that someone's never thrown baseball or whatever.
Oh.
But yeah, that's a good one. The Expendables, the throws that Jason Statham does, he over exaggerates everything.
And they
but
brought
his
up
throws are all legit.
John Wick as well. They brought up.
John Wick is one of the best ones I've ever seen. Desperado, not great. Although that movie really, really influenced me. I really like that scene, even though the throws are bad. The knives are incredibly small. Come on, man! This is embarrassing.
Gosh, dang it. Aha! You can quote this Janelle Tappan, by the way, that just said 1 million if you get it in the next 2 throws and the first one hit. So
I'm gonna find you.
Right.
Yeah, I started to think in my head, I was like, man, my enemies, if they see this, are gonna fucking make fun of me. But that's how things go, man. If it wouldn't be called a trick shot if you could do it every time. That one took me a lot longer than I would have hoped. And I actually chose underhand half spin because I'm pretty good at it, but you know. Yeah. Anyway, man, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be giving $100 away for free stuff off of anything you want off of delta2alpha.com. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys enjoyed anything, if you learned anything, I'd appreciate a comment, like, subscribe, whatever you're supposed to say, these stupid YouTube videos. But yeah, see you next time. Peace.